Okay, this is about producing a scaled section from an elevation, a plan, and some details. So oftentimes when you're given these, you're not given a scale on your scaled drawing. So you have to work out your scale. If your scale says it's 1 to 5, you just go by that scale and then you work out the dimensions from your scale rule. So in this instance, what we'll do is we'll work out what scale this is drawn to. So on our scale rule, we can see 1 to 5, 1 to 250, 1 to 1, 1 to 100, 1 to 20. So what we do is we offer up our scale rule, a 1 to 10, a 1 to 100. Clearly that's not right, that says 10, this is 500. So we check 1 to 5, and that's correct. So that's 700 millimeters. This is 500 millimeters. So that reads correctly, and that reads correctly there. Okay. Now what we do is, normally what we'd do in real life is we'd always go by our figure dimensions, and oftentimes it'll say do not scale from drawings. That's just in case that the drawing is printed out at the wrong scale. So we'd go for our figure dimensions, so that says 40 mil, so we can check on our scale rule that that is actually reading 40 mil. Yeah, it does. You see the 4 there and the 0 there, so that's 40 mil. So now what we have to do is we have to transfer these dimensions across to this area here. So we're taking a section through here looking this way, and this profile in elevation corresponds to this detail in section. So this piece here is this line here, this piece here is here, this piece here is here, and that lip there is there. In this example here, this is here, that face there is there, this face there is there, this face here is there, and this face there is there. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to transfer this part over here. So we're going to measure out 70 at 1 to 5, 70 at 1 to 5, that's it there. Right, so now the overall thing, this overall section is going to be 70, and then there's going to be a piece that's 20 mil sitting out from that. So it's a good idea at this stage just to draw like a very faint line showing where that 70 is, because that's one of my critical dimensions, and then draw a faint line showing where the 20 is. So each increment here is 10 mil, so that's 1, 2, that's 20 mil. So they'll give you more space on the exam sheet to draw it. So I can just draw that in at 20 mil. And now actually what I can do is, because I know my two sort of main dimensions, I can start to draw in my profile. So I know that this piece here, that sticks out 20 mil, so I can just draw it sticking out 20 mil. This piece here, it sticks out 20 mil. Right, so that's that shape. Right, and then this sits back 20 mil, so I just align that. I'm just going to draw it lightly in there and measure back 20 mil. Right, and that's line is like that. So now we have the finished window mullion detail, so we can see that this corresponds to this corresponds to this, and this corresponds to this. And an important thing to note is this face, these are in line, and the backs are all in line. Okay.